Good evening. This is the December Recreation Commission meeting. And let me read our disclaimer. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and broadcast on Channel 18. And in accordance with the MCL Chapter 30A20, we must inquire whether anyone is taping this meeting and to please make their presence known.
Sandra Merritt, taping for backup purposes for the minute.
Thank you, Sandra. I will now go with our roll call. Tim?
Tim is here.
Jim?
I am here.
I think that's it. Did I miss anyone who is present? All righty. If Brendan joins us, we will make his presence known. All right, so let's move right into this evening's agenda. Let's act on the minutes first. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes from our November meeting?
Motion.
So moved. Second.
Okay, we probably should wait to see if Brendan.
I'm here. Don't worry.
Oh,
Sorry
yay,
Sorry about that. A couple
yay.
minutes late.
Thank you,
Want to
Brendan.
be in person this time. There we go.
Okay, so I just want to say Brendan, and you can say I'm present. Brendan,
Brendan is present.
thank you so much. All right, so we have a motion, a second. Let's vote all those in favor of our November minutes. Tim,
Yes.
Jim,
Yes.
Brendan,
Yes.
and Renee is present and yes. Okay, moving right along, let's go into old business. Do we have any? Hearing none. Our new business. Is there any new business? Hearing none, let's move right into, is Mark with us? I think I did see Mark. Mark, would you
Yes.
like to start off with the Hyannis Youth and Community Center staff report?
Sure, thank you. For tonight's staff report on the administrative side, staffing has picked up with a full slate of ticket takers and extra staff for the games and other events taking place over the winter at the HYCC. With still no concessionaire, we have Backside Bakes, who we've reached out to, and they were on site for last weekend's Cranberry Classic. They'll be on site for this upcoming weekend's Icing on the Cape figure skating event. And they've agreed to kind of come on board if needed. We still have some things working to try and get that concessionaire filled. In ice news, the Barnstable boys and girls and St. John Paul hockey all begin this week. We have 2 games slated for Thursday with Barnstable girls and Pope John Paul. Next week, we'll begin Barnstable boys on the ice. As I just mentioned, we had over 60 girls youth hockey teams from throughout New England competed last Thanksgiving weekend at the HYCC. It was the Cranberry Classic. The event was great, and the organizers are looking forward to signing back on for next year. We have an increase in Barnstable Public School visits scheduled throughout this winter. We started this past Friday with Centerville Elementary. They'll be coming back for 3 field trips. The Barnstable Innovation School next door will be back again this winter for their enrichment clusters, and we're looking to do a Barnstable senior class trip. Hopefully, I think they're trying to schedule that in the beginning of February. The gym news, Sturgis East-West basketball programs are up and running, back in full swing there. That sees action out of the gym 3 to 4 nights a week. Barnstable youth basketball Barnstable Recreation Basketball, and other basketball programs are also in full swing starting this past week. And in January, we look to bring back the Cape Cod Junior Volleyball program, which will take Sundays in the gym, pretty much from January to May. In programming news, our second session of our after-school program, SOAR, kicked off the week after Thanksgiving, and that's already sold out with over 50 kids participating daily from Barnstable, from BIS over to HYCC. And we have some great staff, and we're just lucky to have that going on and lucky to have it fill up right away. And our Learn to Skate classes are going great. Pickleball's going great. There's over 50 participants weekly. Indoor flying came back this past Sunday, and all's really going well on the program front, and pretty much everything over at the HYCC. That's all.
So I have a question for you, Mark. That's great news about the SOAR program and the fact that it filled up so rapidly. Are we also taking the names for a wait list, so to see if there's more demand than we anticipated, so that we can look at that in the future?
Yeah, we already we've taken a few kids off the wait list. We're trying to accommodate anybody who had signed up in the first session who just missed kind of the sign up. I talked with our new youth center manager today, and we took 3 more names and placed them in. So that put us up to over 50. And we'll just kind of keep monitoring that every few names that come up, and see if we can accommodate that.
I think that is a fantastic program, and it does seem like we're getting back to our full activity, and kudos to you and your team for filling it up so rapidly. Any other questions for Mark? All righty, thank you again, Mark. We're gonna move right
Thank you.
into our recreational staff report, and that would be John.
All right, thank you. Good evening tonight. November, begins with us kind of concluding our fall programs to after Thanksgiving, starting up our winter programs. So I'll kind of touch on that in a little bit, but give you an update on the pickleball courts, because I know I've talked in previous meetings. The windscreens finally were delivered and installed. I don't think they did the whole court yet, but they wanted to put up a certain amount to see how it worked. So those are already up. They also received the benches and tables, but they did have to cancel their initial order that took well over a year to get. They canceled that order and ordered from a different company, and those have already come in. So now getting into this, winter season, they might have to delay installing those to the spring, but at least we do have the equipment that we asked for. Speaking of pickleball, I did meet with the Barnstable Pickleball Committee recently to talk about their past year at the new courts. And again, like we've always said, they are beyond thrilled with the new courts and all the play. Their biggest months, as you can imagine, are mid-June, July, August, where we double in size in our community and have all the summer people come down, and therefore they get more pickleball players to the court, which is a really good thing. But sometimes there could be a lot more people than we have courts. So we talked about maybe possibly expanding onto the tennis courts, like on a permanent basis, and maybe move tennis players over to potentially Osterville or other courts during those prime time pickleball seasons, because we could have anywhere from like 80 to 100 players, where you might only see like 2 to 4 tennis players. So we're going to maybe try to work that out to accommodate all those pickleball players. So it was really nice to meet with them. And again, I play myself, so I do see them here and there when I'm out playing, or just throughout the community. I talk to them about things at the court. So nice to catch up with them in an official capacity in my office. The town will be looking to start the process to get some public input on the Centerville playground. I know Chris Ganella, the assistant Director of Community Services is working with the media communications team about drumming up some public input in the near future. So when we have more information about that, be glad to share that. But we're starting to get the process of showing people kind of what the potential layout will look like, what the potential equipment will look like, and give them some input to steer us further into the project. If you, hopefully some of you, I think I saw Tim there at least. The rolling rally was, the day before Thanksgiving football game. The recreation division participated in that for the second year in a row. And a little humble brag, we had an amazing float, which we received numerous compliments on social media and just talking to them. And that was mainly due to one of our program coordinators, Kelly Crowley. She spearheaded kind of the rolling rally, and the Department of Public Works really worked with us to help build our float and get it to look the way it did. If you haven't seen it, there are pictures on our Facebook page and Instagram, but basically we saw cut in half an old sailing boat that we didn't need anymore. And basically it was, we were sinking the clippers, and we had sails and a half, so it looked like it was sinking, and it was really good. It was fun to be a part of. And I was really pleased to see the amount of people on the road as well compared to the previous year. So hopefully now they're kind of getting that ball back up and running with this event. It's nice to see people on the streets cheering on all the athletes that were playing in the fall and getting the football players ready for their game against Falmouth. Aquatics, again, even the off season, always dealing with aquatic stuff. Again, we're continuing to input applications from the spring, summer, fall into the OpenGov database. Once we do that, it does generate 4 emails to your email account that you put down on your application. These emails are not spam emails. It's just unfortunately it's the only way that the system works is once we take the paper application and put it online, it will spit out these emails. But we're trying to get everyone into the system, so when we get ready for 2023, we'll have everyone in the system and we can blast out the information to them. We will not be able to start issuing 2023 permits until the town manager has finished his fee increase review, which should be sometime in mid-December. And lastly, we did, George, Kelly, and myself attended a Mass Rec and Park Association aquatics meeting on Zoom, where we met with aquatic professionals throughout the state. Some are, pool professionals, some are oceanfront professionals like ourselves. But it's just nice to hear, what's going on, mainly in the retention of lifeguards or how to recruit lifeguards. So come, January, we'll start to kick off some things to start recruiting our staff for the summer. Recreational programs, like I talked about, the beginning of fall is when our fall programs end. Middle of November is when they start planning in more detail their programs for the winter. Hiring the staff last minute, getting their lesson plans, ordering their equipment, ordering T-shirts, getting everything ready for the kids for after Thanksgiving. We still do need some staff for our basketball programs. We're pretty solid right now on our boys side. Jack Kapanke, our new program coordinator that was hired at the beginning of September, has done a great job to recruit a bunch of boys and one female to coach the boys side. And we do have Coach Taylor from Barnstable High School that is having the freshman boys basketball team volunteer for us on Saturdays. So we have a really good contingent of staff for the boys program, but we could really use some girls to help out with our girls program. And that's with Kelly Crowley. So if anyone's interested in having their daughter, granddaughter, or however you hear about this, get involved, they could email Kelly Crowley directly or email myself, and we can get them in touch to work the program. We just started, and it's a long winter. We go till mid-March. So there's a long season ahead of us, and we'd love love to have some more staff. Jackie Keeney, one of our new program coordinators, did a mother-son social at the HYCC. It was the theme was out of this world with stars and planets, and we had a decent amount of parents and sons come out, moms and sons come out, and it was really fun for those kids to come on a Friday night to the HYCC and do a bunch of fun and games, do a little dancing. There were some light refreshments, and it was just a great night. I was here to witness the majority of the event, so it was fun to see everyone having a good time. And we plan on having these events throughout the winter to incorporate some more participation in this regards. We also had our annual turkey shoot event. I started this back in, I think, 2004, 2005, and we've been doing it every year since. If you're not aware of it, it's a guardian parent son daughter basketball shooting competition where you shoot from a certain spot and you try to make the most in, and the winner will receive turkey gift cards. We have first, second, third place. Other people that participate can win t-shirts and other things that we have to offer them. But again, it's just this nice, free event for the families to come shoot around and have a good time. I think we did put up some pictures on our social media page in that regard. So if you want to check out some photos, they're on our Facebook page. The Youth Commission, I saw Connor O'Reilly on, but I don't see him anymore. Do we have anyone from the Youth Commission on? I don't believe so. So let me just give a quick report about that. I wrote it down in my report. They are meeting this month with the new superintendent, Sarah Ahern, and the new principal of BIS to talk about the youth summit that happens usually in March. So with new administration in the helm in those positions, George Noonan, our assistant director, reached out to give them an idea of what we do for the youth summit and to make sure we get them on board for the event that will take place at some point in March. They're still in the preliminary stages of planning that event, along with the planning of the youth job fair that we do as well. And usually I believe that takes place in March as well, to recruit staff for various businesses, ourselves, other entities that are looking for staff in the spring and summertime. And then they did meet, which I think it did make local paper, maybe, or it was capecod.com, then point and sent it to me. They met with Silent Springs about the PFAS water study in Hyannis, and they might be trying to work with them to get more youth to participate in that study so they could have some more information to provide in their study. But that was kind of the bulk of the things that the Youth Commission were doing in November. If you have any questions, be glad to take those questions.
John, I just want to touch on the pickleball thing. I've met with a number of residents who are just saying the same thing. They're just blown away with how great these facilities are. Someone even commented they went to a pro pickleball event where the matches had to keep being stopped because balls from other courts were rolling into there, and how Barnstable had the foresight with those little fences and everything. So all the hard work and meetings that all those people showed up to, clearly paid off, and people are definitely loving it. So great to hear.
We're very fortunate, and what we started to notice too is, I apologize to other communities, but all like the best players from Mashpee, Sandwich, Yarmouth, other communities are starting to play in Barnstable, which it's a blessing and a curse, because now it adds more players playing in Barnstable. But I think a lot of people on the committee like playing against really good players, so they don't mind it as much. It's just in the summertime with when it blows up so big, it's a small little detriment to the wait times and stuff like that. But I mean, people are coming from all over just to play on our courts because the job that was done in our community. So yeah, I mean, it's a blessing and a curse, but it's a good thing we have such nice course to play on.
All righty. Any other questions for John? I did see someone join us. Is that from someone from the Youth Commission?
No, it was, I don't know who it was. Her name was Amy, but she left the meeting.
Okay, all righty. All righty, so I am going to move to Jim with the CPC report.
Yeah, so the last big CPC items for rec, we moved to application phase for the town to do the design work for kind of phases 3 and 4 of the rail trail. Phase 3 will bring it from Yarmouth into Barnstable, and phase 4 would bring it from Barnstable to Sandwich. But kind of down in that Mary Dunn Road area, some parking lots and stuff like that. So it'll be really a great project. The Mass DOT has already agreed to fund the construction of phase 3, I believe, and this is just the final design work. So it'll be, kind of really nice to tie Barnstable into this. I know a bunch of people love riding the rail trail. So that's something that's going to be coming down the line. I believe construction is supposed to start on phase 3 in early 2024. And then phase 4 would be obviously a while after that, with design coming in the next few years, but nice to see something finally moving on that piece. Kind of the preliminary design looks like it might be a bridge over 132/Shoot Flying Hill Road, and then up the service road towards Sandwich, all subject to change, but could be kind of interesting to finally be able to ride all the way from Sandwich, down Cape would be really, really awesome on a nice, safe bike path.
Great, thank you. Any questions for Jim? So John, is there any way you can check with George to see if the Youth Commission are planning to join us? Because we're moving quite quickly and I would like to do that while I make this announcement for the citizen class. Can you do that for me, John?
George is not available. He's not in town.
Oh, okay. All righty. So we will go right into matters not reasonably anticipated with this amazing opportunity to announce the 28th session of the Inside Barnstable Town Government, a Citizen Leadership Academy. This academy will begin on Tuesday, January the 24th, and it requires a 12-week commitment. The goal of this program is to educate citizens of Barnstable about the operations of a town management government, while also allowing the participants to give valuable feedback and participate from a citizen's perspective. The program requires individuals to fill out an application. The application can be found on our Town Barnstable website. It's called the Citizens Leadership Academy. You can complete the application online, or you can get a hard copy. Seats are limited, but let me tell you a few things about this amazing leadership program. The classes meet on Tuesday evenings from 6:30 to 9 p.m. The class usually has a broad assortment of different ages, different genders, folks that have lived in the town their entire life, folks that have recently moved into the town, those that are already actively participating, and those that are just really curious to learn more about town management. I can speak firsthand. That is where I found out about the Recreation Commission. The program is intended for participants to find an area that they're interested in or passionate about, and to be actively involved. And that can be a one-time involvement, or it can be a lifetime involvement, as it has been for me with the Recreation Commission. I am so proud of this program and the team that puts the program off. Over 800 residents in our town have participated in this program. John, I think you actually have the date that the participants will visit the recreation part of our town management.
I mean, they put out a tentative schedule for February 21st to come to the HYCC. But I know, Community Service Director Madeline Noonan was potentially looking to change that date because I will be out of town on it's a school vacation week. I will be out of town. But it's Mark, HYCC will be there, I would be there, and golf would be there. And I think that would be it. Oh, and Council on Aging would be there. So the 4 branches of the Community Service Division would be there to speak. Tentative for February 21st, but a potential to change when they come out with the official schedule. I'll certainly
Let folks know.
Yep.
And I'd like to, as soon as you know the official date, I would like to highly recommend the Recreation Commissioners. If you can put that on your schedule so that we can be there, or any one of the events, because again, I think you are each examples of what it is to be actively involved in our town management. So let me pause for a moment, see if there are any questions about the citizen class.
Can you tell me the date again, Renee? I didn't hear what date you said it. again.
Okay, so it's going to start on Tuesday, January the 24th. It will be 10 weeks. It's on Tuesday evenings from 6:30 to 9. And I can just tell you, I can remember the sessions vividly. I have so much knowledge about the town, the airport, the Historical Society. It is just filled with interesting facts. At the end of the class, you actually take a road trip with your classmates to different locations on the Cape. And I am from the Cape, and I found some hidden treasures that I did not even know about. It's just a wonderful service class that our town hosts, led by and envisioned by our previous town managers. And the goal is so that you understand how a town management government structure runs, and one that is very participatory by its residents. So again, to apply, you can apply by getting a physical application at the town manager's office, or you can do it online. The seats are limited, so please consider that. And we have 2 remaining seats available for the Recreation Commission. And as you can see, we meet monthly. We are still meeting virtually. We have at least one person-to-person or face-to-face meeting when we give out the annual awards. And that's about all I have to say. Any other questions? All righty. Let's see if we have any youth commissioners. Have they joined us?
Yeah, I see they
Yes, we have.
just joined, yep.
Oh, that is pretty darn awesome. Always glad to have you. So why don't you go ahead and make sure you introduce yourselves, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then give us an update on the Youth Commission.
Of course. So I am Jaden Jeffries. I was here last time, and my little partner here, Connor O'Reilly, he was also here last time. And like for today, what we'll be talking about is the Youth Summit, which is either going to be at 4Cs or the BACC, and the Silent Spring Water Quality Study. So I believe Connor will be leading us off on that. Hey, Connor?
Yeah, so for the Youth Summit last year, we had we kind of like straddled between BIS and BACC, and it was kind of hard to like get the kids to one place to another because it was such a big group. So this year we're trying to get 4Cs because it'll be a lot easier. It'll all be in one place. But if we can't, then we'll just have to do what we did last year, and that worked okay. So we'll do that again. But that's all we really have right now for that. Jaden, go ahead.
Okay, sorry. So the other thing is the Silent Spring Water Quality Study, which is, I believe, a new thing that the Youth Commission is doing. And we have a subcommittee that's dedicated to just helping the environment and focusing on the water quality. And I believe also with what we've been doing, we've got an article on, was it Cape Cod something, one of the websites. And we're also working on new memberships and looking for new projects along with that. Yeah.
Excellent. So I am interested in how many seats are still open for the Youth Commission, or have you filled all your seats for the year?
Connor, do you know the specific number? Because we recently, I believe, either got or are getting new members.
Yeah, I think we just
So
do more.
yeah, we're a couple
do-
short.
I don't know the specific number of how many more we can have, but I don't think we're at our maximum amount yet. So
Okay,
we can have more.
so can you just, for our listening audience, just give each of you just a reason why you chose to be a participant in our amazing Youth Commissioner program?
I chose to be on the youth commission because it's a great way to like be involved in the community. It's very fulfilling, and it's really fun to just like be able to go around the community and see everyone smile about all the things going on and that we're doing.
Thank you, Jaden.
I don't have as valiant a reason as Connor, but I was nominated by Mr. and Andre King. Sorry. And once I heard about like what it actually was, I know my mom and my grandfather were both, and my brother are all very active in the community. So I wanted to, just like them, be active in the community and help out as best I could.
Awesome. I mean, I really, really appreciate you all showing up every month, participating with us. We are here as recreation commissioners for you. If there's anything that we can do to support you, I want you to know that you can reach out to us either through George or through Mark or through John. And I thank you for participating this evening.
Thanks
All
for having us.
righty.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
So, thank you. So I want to open it up for any public comment. All righty. I have one item for next month's agenda item, and I want to open it up to other commissioners if you have any thoughts or ideas. In hindsight, John, I'd like to have our December meeting used as an opportunity to promote the rally. I think that that would be really awesome, and I'm really sorry that I missed it this year. So I'd like to pencil that in for next December, not next December, no, next November's meeting, because the rally is right before the Thanksgiving break. Does that make sense, Recreation Commissioners?
Yes, absolutely.
I want to promote it and get as many community members to participate. That being said, the AmeriCorps is going to host their annual Martin Luther King Day of Service at our amazing Hyannis Youth Community Center on Monday, January the 16th. And I would like to, if it's okay with the Recreation Commissioners, have them come to our January meeting to tell a little bit about who they are and some of the amazing work that they're doing in our community. And then John, I think you had a suggestion for if they are not available, we have a backup, and if they are available, we will invite this person new to our team in February. So can you bring that forth, John?
Sure. Yeah, I would like to invite the new athletic director of Barnstable High School, Steve Sentis, to a meeting. If you haven't got to meet him yet, he has done a tremendous job so far in the opening fall season for all the athletes. I wanted to give him a chance to get his feet wet because I know it's a lot to tackle on his new position. But I think to have him come on board at some point in January, February, or even March, whenever he's available, to introduce himself to the rec commission and introduce him more to the community of current athletes' parents or future athletes' parents or anyone out in the community to get to know him. But he is just a nice person and he's doing a tremendous job so far at the high school.
Excellent. So that sounds like a great guest speaker. So again, I think that we'd like to move into 2023 with a guest speaker when it makes sense, one per meeting, so we can be prudent with our time. Everyone has such busy schedules, and I really appreciate you for being here each month. If there aren't any other questions, I'm going to set the meeting for the next Recreation Commission and close this meeting. Anything else? Going once? Twice. Our next meeting will be on, believe it or not, January 9th, 2023, right around the bend. And I will ask for adjournment of our meeting. I'll go down with the roll call. So Jim, do you
Yeah.
approve?
Yes.
Thank you, Jim. Tim,
Yes.
Brendan.
Yes.
All righty, and I'll do my very best to make sure that I formally meet our new recreation commissioner and that she's able to be on the call with us in January. Sorry that I didn't get to her in time for tonight's meeting. So without any further delay, I'd like to close our meeting. And again, thank you for participating and wish everyone a very joyful holiday with your family and your friends. Thank you.